right, everybody, welcome back to the Crimson Ring No DQ podcast. That's right, no DQ. We aren't going to get disqualified. I'm your host, Nathan, a.k.a. Big Smooth, and with me is Doug.
That's right, I'm Doug, a.k.a. One Squirrely D, and you are tuned in to the most professionally unprofessional professional wrestling podcast in the game, featuring your undisputed tag team podcast champions of the world. How you doing today, Big Smooth?
I mean, you know how well
Well,
I'm doing.
yeah, but how was
Well, there was a death.
There was a death in the family.
My Xbox decided not to work today. I tried giving it mouth to mouth.
He did. It was
or
like
mouth to HDMI port.
It was like watching an old school Nintendo console.
I blew in it.
I know, it reminded me of all the days of Legend of Zelda.
Oh,
the golden cartridge.
Hold on this. Now, work left me a voicemail, guys. Let's see. Interested in coming in early. Yeah, like I want to go in early to that place. No.
All right, you heard it here first, folks.
Although maybe I should have went in early to make money to buy a new Xbox, Doug.
That's a good point. All right, guys, this has been our show for this week. Thanks for tuning in.
All right, enjoy your burrito. Breakfast burrito. Is that better?
Yeah.
Should we be a morning show?
Oh, yeah. I think
Eggs and suplexes.
Biscuits and blisses.
Oh. That's a podcast I'd listen to.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we can just jump right in. What news do we have this week, Doug? Like we had some releases.
Yes, we had 4, 3. I don't know. Do you count a tag team as 1 or 2?
I mean, is it consensual? Am I
think
allowed
it
to say that?
Yeah, no, I think it was consensual. I mean, we hadn't the Ascension, Sin Cara, Hunico version, not Mystico. Mystico left a few years ago, and Luke Harper, all were released.
Well, here's my question: were they a tag team before?
They were a tag team in NXT. Actually, Connor had teamed with Bram for a long time. The guy that I hate.
Bram.
Yeah.
That guy that was married to Charlotte.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. You said he was a real POS.
Yeah, he's a chomo.
Yeah. I always forget that part. It's terrifying.
He wants us to forget that part, but I never will.
Don't.
Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it's all consensual. Hunico, Sin Cara, he's been pretty vocal about wanting his release. He doesn't like the way that the luchadors are treated in the WWE, which I can't say as I blame him.
Well, they put him in a house party.
Yeah, unless your name is Rey Mysterio.
No, they don't care about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Obviously, we all know about Luke Harper.
Right.
Which, actually, I was reading some stuff. They kind of screwed Luke Harper over.
How?
They effectively extended his contract for 2 weeks by doing this.
By releasing him?
Yep.
Was his contract over?
His contract was over March 1st.
Okay.
And when you're released, you have a 90-day no-compete clause, which means he can't compete anywhere until March 12th.
Oh, that's dirty.
Yeah.
So, the non-compete clause, what happens if they decide, fuck it?
I don't think it's actually enforceable, but...
Or ACH. Or
which,
AHC.
I mean, I want to talk about him too, but we'll get through all this.
Okay.
Because he's done more crazy shit this week.
Awesome.
So, how it works, and it's not incredibly enforceable because a few people have, broken it and taken it to court, and the WWE has lost. But essentially what they're doing is, when they're saying they're releasing someone, is that they're saying that their contract is over in 90 days. They're still technically paying them for 3 months.
I mean, if you're still getting paid, then that's not a problem. I mean,
unless what you're wanting to do is perform.
Yeah, but the cool thing, and I think Moxley kind of showed this, like, he let his contract expire, so there was no 90-day compete clause.
Right.
So he just sat and waited for the opportune time to come out, which given wasn't 90 days, but there was still the shock value.
Oh, dude.
It was rumored, but there was still the
His
shock
contract expired May 1st, and at 12:01 on May 1st, he released that video.
That video was absolutely amazing, and I loved it.
And do you know the guy that did that, Dino? He's actually one of the videographers making all those Dark Order packages.
I thought it was Nick Sickmondo.
Yeah. Yeah, he went by Dino in the Indies. But he's the one doing all those Dark Order packages, and I think he might be doing the Brandy video packages as well.
Really?
Yeah.
This is interesting because I really enjoyed that Brandy promo, but we're going to get to that.
Yeah, we'll deep dive into this week's episode.
You heard it here. We're going to deep dive in Brandy. It's promo.
Edit.
Nope. I edit the podcast this week.
We don't edit anymore.
I produce and edit this thing.
I know. You're like a man of many hats.
Yeah, we're going to say as many things about balls and boobs as we want.
Ball boobs and boob ball.
Continuing.
All right. Now, as far as the Ascension go, they haven't had a televised match since, I think, April of 2018.
That's been a while.
Yeah, and they haven't had a house show match since March of this year, I believe.
PPR's Mike's limp.
Edit.
No.
Hey, buddy. How would you like to try the new male enhancement?
Keep your mic up.
Mic extends. Anyway, so
they haven't had a match since 2018.
A televised match. They haven't had a match since March of this year.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I'm sure that they're very happy to be able to do things elsewhere. Do I think that they're going to end up somewhere like AEW? Probably not.
You know, I would love to work for the WWE and be a guy that never wrestles.
But I think that's because we're not wrestlers. Like these guys, and not all of them, but a lot of these guys do it because they love the art form that is wrestling.
Oh yeah, I get that.
And to be and not that even the lowest paid main roster wrestler is still making six figures. But
okay.
So like the money is nice. I mean, they get paid very well, but for a lot of people that we're seeing now, especially, you know, your John Moxley's, your Luke Harper's, your X, except not X because he's. Ugh. But these guys,
I feel like we need to deep dive into this. Ugh.
These guys just want to perform.
Okay.
And TJ Perkins had an AMA on Reddit this week, and I was reading through it, and he said that he's like, you know, the money was nice. I was making, you know, 7 figures to be the cruiserweight champ, but it was lonely and it was not fun, and I wasn't able to be myself. I had to play this character that the WWE made me play, and since he got released in March or April of this year, he said he actually has made more money working for himself, booking for himself, and getting to wrestle the way he wants to wrestle and play the character he wants to play. So I guess, you know, the WWE is not the be all end all anymore.
Well, what makes it lonely though?
He and Shawn Michaels. What's the name of Shawn Michaels thing? The book,
Heartbreak and Triumph.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He talks about it in that too, where
yeah, but all his friends left. That was the difference when he became champion.
Well, it's kind of the same thing for TJP. When he became the cruiserweight champion, he had to, like, you know, you're the last person there. You get out from your match.
Yeah,
you know,
okay.
Everything's.
Austin said that too. Like when he was like, because he was main eventing for years. Yeah. So yeah, I get that. Okay.
And I think he had more fun in the group aspect. You know, being there in the trenches. Which, I mean,
he's so talented.
He is very talented, and he's great, and he's my son's favorite wrestler.
Right. But he's on Impact, right?
Yeah. Well, he doesn't have an exclusive contract with Impact. He also wrestles in New Japan some and Mexico. I don't know if it's for CMLL or the AAA, but I know he does a lot of Mexico shows, and he's Filipino, and he also wrestles in the Philippines quite often.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So he's a man of many hats.
Yeah.
Many like
It's
wrestling promotion hats.
Right. It's like the same hat, but in different colors.
I like it.
Okay.
It's color coded.
That's a callback.
To maybe what should have been an edit?
Nah, that was good.
Okay.
We were good.
Yeah.
We towed the line.
What else do we got going on in the world of wrestling?
Well, if we were going to talk about releases, let's also talk about wellness policy violations. We've had our first wellness policy violation in 3 years.
Yeah. It was glorious.
Yeah. One glorious, ravishing Robert Roode, channeling his namesake, got caught with a little bit of the white powder of the gods. And also...
Heroin.
No.
You got caught with some coke?
Yeah.
Okay.
And, I mean, nobody has a mustache like that and is it on coke. You heard it here first, folks.
Fair enough. It is a glorious mustache.
Also, Epico.
Yep.
Which, I mean, he's another guy that we never...
I didn't even know he worked for him.
Well, he's a cologne, so he'll work for them forever.
Oh, right. One of those ordeals.
Yeah, like, I don't know if we'll ever see the Usos on TV again, but they'll always have a job there.
Okay. I get that. Well, Naomi?
I don't know. See, that's the... I feel bad for Naomi because she's like a legitimately really good wrestler.
Yeah, she used to be a cheerleader for the Heat.
Yeah, the Heat and the Ravens, I believe.
Super athletic.
Yeah, and she was kind of instrumental in the transition from diva to women's wrestler.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because she didn't fit that mold.
No, and she had talent, and she was there with, ironically, the Bellas, who I never thought would be champions of wrestling.
Should they have been?
I think that after they left and were brought back, there were a lot of big improvements to the Bellas in as far as in-ring work and their style.
Now, given this is going to make me sound like a hypocrite,
Uh-huh.
because one of my favorite female wrestlers was not a wrestler. She was a bodybuilder, like Bliss.
Sunny? Oh.
No, I mean, Sunny also wears many hats. You want to talk about that?
No, I don't think we can.
Okay.
Look it
Film
up.
star. We can say that.
Yeah.
That's okay. Can't say anything else furthering it. So
No.
I'll move forward. But like Alexa Bliss, she didn't know she wanted to be a wrestler. She
Right.
just signed up pretty much. Who else did that?
Biggie Langston. I know he's not a woman.
I
but,
didn't know that.
I want to take this moment right here.
Oh,
We
here
talk
it
about
is.
other podcasts we listen to.
Are you going to admit that you love some Big E?
I feel like anyone that's listened to more than one episode knows that I love Biggie Langston.
Okay, fair enough.
It'll always be Langston to me, damn it. The New Day have a podcast now.
It's a new day. Yes, it is.
Yeah. 2 episodes out so far. I think it is fantastic.
It's really good. I thought it would be hard to distinguish the voices. It's not.
Nope.
Like, they are very much all individual characters. Like,
Yep.
so much, like, in their voice, like, you can tell Biggie when he talks. And I love Kofi.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I love listening to Kofi talk. He just sounds like he's got it all figured out.
He does. I mean, he's been in the WWE since, 2007, right?
And Xavier just sound like you can hear, like, so much excitement in his voice whenever he talks about
the
things.
New guy.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's a great podcast, so check that out after you're done listening to this.
Yeah, and then Jericho's podcast.
And then Office Ladies.
Oh, man, I could do a whole Office podcast. You have no clue.
Should we do a podcast about the Office Ladies podcast?
Maybe. Look, I just want to take the time. We're recording this on Friday the 13th, and I just want to say I'm not superstitious, but I'm a little stitious.
High five.
Yeah. All right.
I love that line. That and the Abraham Lincoln said, "If you like slavery, I will attack you with the North."
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I was always a fan of Dwight, you ignorant slut.
Oh,
which is a great callback to the Dan Aykroyd, Jane Curtin.
It was Chevy Chase,
SNL.
but yeah.
Was it Chevy Chase that did it?
Yeah.
I'm going to challenge that. I think it was Dan Aykroyd.
Okay, we can challenge it all you want, but it was Chevy Chase and Jane Curtin.
You know what? We will answer that question
next year.
Because this is our season finale.
This is, I guess we should say that. Maybe we should have led with that. We are recording, as he said, on December 13th. We are entering the Christmas New Year's season. We like to get into the Christmas spirit.
Oh, yeah.
And we like to have Christmas spirits. So this will be our last episode, and we will pick back up at the first of the year.
Ho, ho, ho.
Hopefully.
Yep.
Okay, well, that was weird.
Jingle bells.
Let's get back to wrestling.
I always liked it when Christmas Day was like Monday.
Yeah.
And like WCW and Raw would have like matches. That was my favorite.
I always felt bad for them and like their kids because like they couldn't be there for Christmas.
They didn't even enter my mind that they had children. I was just like, oh, they're on TV for me.
I mean, I always knew Ric Flair had children.
He's still got a bunch of children around there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Around everywhere. All over the world.
Do we want to talk about how much it sucks to be MLW right now?
Well, let's talk about MLW releasing Teddy Hart.
Yeah, followed by ACK quitting 2 days later.
I don't think it sucks to be MLW. I think they're just a struggling company.
Yeah, but they took 2 big hits. I mean, granted.
Would it help if MLW and ROH joined together?
No, I think that MLW needs to stay away from ROH. It would help if MLW and CZW got together.
Okay. I mean, how much financial peril is CZW in?
It's not. That's why it would help.
But we know for sure MLW is.
Well, I don't know that they're so much in financial trouble, which, I mean...
Hold on.
Breaking news, guys.
That's right. You heard it here, folks. Big Smooth is not working tonight.
Which means we're now going to do our marathon 12-hour podcast.
All right. Welcome to the podcast. I'm Big Smooth. This is Squirrely D.
I'm Squirrely D, and that's Big Smooth.
Yep, we're squirreling it up and
smoothing it down. Is that our new catchphrase?
Hashtag Cobang.
Cobang.
Are we allowed to use that hashtag? We got some flack from the other people in the Drafty Quarters network.
Whoa. Why?
I don't think they enjoyed us saying co-bang.
Why?
Because they felt like they were going to get co-banged.
But co-bang is all about consensual banging. That's what it means.
Yeah, like banging out this podcast. That's what we're doing right now. We're co-banging this podcast.
Because you and I are consensually together banging this out.
Yep.
Hashtag co-bang.
Yep. I think they took it the wrong way.
How do you... I mean, that's looking for an issue.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we just described America in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm America. This is a nutshell.
Let me out of this nutshell.
Yeah. Austin Powers.
I never saw it.
You never saw Austin Powers?
No, I didn't like his hair.
DQP should have does.
I'll do it. Only if we watch the sequel.
Which one's the sequel?
I don't know. How many of them are there? Is there more than one?
I think there's 3.
Okay. Well,
I don't know. Goldmember's pretty good.
is that also an Austin Powers movie?
Yes.
Okay. Well, then we'll watch that one.
So we watched 2, 3.
Okay.
We never watched the first episode of something.
I feel like that should be a thing we set up for DQP. Should it does is that we never
you
watch
know,
the first one.
by next year we'll put out our Christmas special, and we'll probably should watch Die Hard.
Yeah, Die Hard 2, which also takes place during Christmas.
Yeah, it's a great Christmas trilogy. The third one was Christmas in July.
Yeah, I was gonna say the third one
It was Christmas in July.
But anything with Samuel L. Jackson is a present, so Christmas.
That is true. Like Snakes on a Plane.
Oh man,
Dude, I love me Snakes on a Plane.
I love some Snakes on the Plane.
I love that we are totally off the rails.
Are we?
This is normal.
All
like
right.
why do we have to be on these rails? Like why can't we just go our own path?
Because certain people, and I'm not going to mention any names,
PPR.
Russell James.
That was good.
That was nice. We're professionals. All right. Certain people want us to follow a framework so that it is just A to B to C to D to end.
Yeah.
And we're not like that. We are artistes, which is like a real fancy artist.
Artisanal?
Yeah, we're like bread.
Artisan.
Mm-hmm.
That's the word I was looking for.
Well, I mean, artisanal works too.
Or like artisan pumpernickel bread.
Sounds like a beer.
Could be.
All right, let's get back on track, though.
Right.
Okay. MLW releases Teddy Hart, and then ACH has another weird breakdown where somebody insults him on Twitter, so he quits wrestling.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah, who quits over a weird joke?
Well, sensitive people.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not going to get into a generational discussion,
I will.
over like, I think people take things too seriously now.
Yeah.
And I admit, I'm a person that did that too.
And
As a younger person, I took things way too serious and would overreact. And I feel like he's a young man that's just overreacting a little bit. He's going to find his niche in life, or hopefully he doesn't ruin it for himself.
I feel like he's burnt so many bridges at this point that there's...
You never say never in wrestling.
Yeah, I mean, that's true.
And I mean, is he burning bridges to the point like Teddy Hart burns them? No.
Well, okay. I feel like
He's just moody.
Teddy Hart burns bridges in a different way.
Yeah.
And ACH burns bridges. Teddy Hart doesn't... Like, I feel like ACH is doing it on purpose, where he's like, this isn't exactly what I want, how I feel like I should get it, how everyone feels like they should feel about me. So if you guys don't treat me the way that I feel like I deserve to be treated, then I'm just not going to do it. I'm not going to show you.
Well, life's not fair, though.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to show you why you should feel a way about me. I'm just going to tell you that you have to. Whereas Teddy Hart is like, hey, I'm going to be super cool to everybody to their faces, but then I'm also going to make torture porn.
Which is still shocking. Gross.
Yeah. Okay, this is a nice segue into
Let's not talk
AEW.
about torture porn.
Oh, I wasn't going to. Teddy Hart tried to pull an Enzo at this week's episode of Dynamite. Yeah. He failed, thankfully.
Yeah. Well, they didn't want to put up with this shit. And I have a lot to say about Dynamite this week. So
I do too. Do you want to just jump into it right now?
Yeah. Okay. So first off, there's going to be a pay-per-view February 23rd, 28th? 29th?
On the leap years.
Oh, are they only doing it on leap years? Because that would make me
like
so
once
happy.
every 4 years.
Yes.
Actually,
Revolution.
it's only on a leap year that happens on a Saturday.
Every 40 years. I don't know what it would be.
Somebody
Okay.
that's good at math, tell us.
Anyways, we want to go to this event.
Yep.
We want you to tell PPR to send us to this event. It's in
Yep.
Chicago.
Yep.
We want to go to Chicago.
Yep.
It's not like it's in Canada.
Nope.
So Chicago's close. We want to go.
Yep.
Tell PPR to send us. Tell him you want us to go so we can report back to you and take live Snapchat videos. We'll record or we'll create a Crimson Ring Snapchat, and you guys could watch us. Like, it'd be awesome, but we
Yep.
need your help. We
And
need
we'll
to convince him.
we'll do a live podcast from the parking lot.
Yep.
And if you want to get a hold of him, the best way to get in touch with him is draftyq@gmail.com.
That's right. That's the best way. He's also on. You can also contact him on Facebook, Drafty Quarters Productions.
Yep. Just send him a Facebook message.
Yep, it's right there. All of it's right there. We just need your help.
We are social media friendly. So,
Kick open the door.
tickets go on sale Friday, December 20th. So please get those emails in.
Yeah. It'd be a great Christmas present for PPR to give it to us
Yeah.
because we
Help
deserve it.
Help him help us.
That's right.
Help you.
That's right.
So really, you're just helping yourself.
This show,
Yes, the show.
Dynamite, kicks off with John Moxley.
John Moxley.
Dude, great announcing.
Dude,
He said John for so long.
Yeah. I love it.
I don't know who he wrestled. It didn't matter because it was over.
It was one of the Beaver Boys,
Ah.
Alex Kinsley. He is the
Jobber.
dude. He is the dude that is sitting on the bed during the Dark Order promo.
He's a jobber.
Yeah,
He got jobbed out.
he's a member of the Beaver Boys.
He got jobbed out hard. Not like
27
Leva
seconds.
Bates jobbed out, which I love you, Leva. But
Yeah.
no.
You need to leave alone.
All right, I will.
Not you, Brandy.
I'm blissful. It's fine.
Yeah.
So yeah, then we get a promo where Chris Jericho comes out talking to Jon Moxley.
Let's talk about
offering
that.
him inner circle invitation.
John doesn't say no.
He didn't say yes.
John doesn't attack them or leave the ring.
John sold that combination of Sting and Stone Cold that I love about him so much, like that coming out of the crowd, but like I could swill back some beers. You know, he also had like maybe like it's like a combination of Edge, Sting, and Stone Cold. It's just a wonderful melting pot of characters that John has going on.
That is the best description of Jon Moxley I've ever heard.
And I just came up with it out of nowhere.
Just we'll get to that.
We'll talk about it in a minute. We're not there yet.
Yeah, I want to talk about it so bad though.
Okay, so Jon Moxley, he's so fucking over. Like they kicked off the show with the most over wrestler, dare I say, in the world.
I don't know. That's rough. In America.
All right, so Jon Moxley's just the most over wrestler in America, you think?
Yeah, in America.
Okay.
I don't think he's Okada levels.
I guess maybe if we went to Japan, PPR buys tickets, that we would see how over Okada is. But it's not like Moxley wasn't over when he went to Japan.
And he's going back.
You put Okada versus Moxley, the roof would blow off any building.
Dude.
I know.
Why did you do that to me?
I just like to see all the blood rush out of
now,
your
John
face.
is going to be at Wrestle Kingdom, and so is Jericho.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Just saying. Could happen.
I would love it.
Are they going to like defend the AEW world title?
No, John's going back to get his his junior championship back.
So how's he going to win the
North
AEW
American
championship?
What do you mean, how's he going to win it?
And be the IWGP United States champion?
Yeah, why not?
It's going to be a dual title.
C1 Ultimo Dragon.
Yeah, Ultimo Dragon had how many titles at
9!
once? Yeah, that's ridiculous. Do you think that diminishes the AEW championship?
No.
By saying it's only as good as the IWGP United States championship?
No, I'm saying that Jon Moxley hasn't proven himself in New Japan to these people yet. And he's got to get in there. And to get in there, you start at the North American Championship. You build up to the Junior Heavyweight Championship by beating Will Ospreay. And then you go.
Okay. I mean, if you say so.
I mean, it's fantasy booking, but I would love to say so.
I don't know. You got to look at it like this. Like, say John was AEW World Champion.
Right.
He won the Intercontinental title from the WWE. Very hypothetical.
Okay. He has.
Doesn't make him look like as good as the world champion that's currently in the WWE at that point. You get what I'm saying?
Well, I guess, but
if you're first place here and second place there, I think it diminishes the first place. I know it's a weird way to describe it.
You're making sense, but
okay.
Like I feel like he's established himself as the number one contender here in AEW. He hasn't established himself. Like, how mad would you be if Okada showed up well, okay, that's not a good thing because it would be super awesome if Okada showed up in AEW. But imagine Okada shows up, comes into AEW, and wins the AEW title in front of all these people that have been in line for it. Or let's say Okada goes to the WWE and Brock Lesnar's Brock Lesnar. Doesn't that make WWE seem weaker?
Yeah, okay. I get it. It took me a minute to see it from your point.
I think we're both right.
I mean, really, cross-promotional just... It gets me sometimes, but like, isn't Kenny Omega the AAA champion?
Yep.
And what's he done in AEW?
Oh, well, he had a kick-ass tag match.
He had a tag match, yeah.
Okay.
And he's not doing a lot, though, in AEW.
But in AEW, like, all of his losses have been because he has done it to himself. It's not like he's not capable of beating these people.
Okay.
He lost to Moxley because of the Phoenix Splash that he did. He lost to Jericho because of his cockiness. He lost to Pac because he underestimated Pac and he got cocky and he let himself get caught in that submission hold. Like none of those losses are because he was out wrestled by any of those people.
All right, fair enough. But I don't know. I feel like him being a champion somewhere else kind of diminishes the storyline that they were playing if they're going after that mental health angle.
Does it?
Yes.
Because the mental health angle is that like all his friends left him behind.
He's with his friends.
He's not with Ibushi.
Hey, look. He could have went with him.
Dude, I would if Coda came.
Baby. So would Doug Zoe. Fair enough.
And you can't teach that.
Oh. Damn it. Grade A comedy. All right, let's move forward.
Yeah.
On the card, I wrote some notes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Smooth cut notes.
See tickets, PPR, Moxley. Outlook. Okay, Bunny makes me feel funny.
Yep.
That was what I wrote.
You're not wrong.
Allie, first off, she's good.
Very good.
I liked her character in Impact.
Yep.
Allie Impact. A little crazy, a little nutty.
Yeah, and I think that's what we're going to get here.
This Butcher and the Blade thing, they look like...
Dude.
They look like some dirty rockers, and I love it. And Bunny with them, like it's hot, it's sexy, it's appealing.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not like the Dark Order,
nope.
But there's so much darkness in the characters on AEW compared to the WWE.
To the characters.
Okay. It's like a Sin City comic come to life.
And I was reading people complaining about how there were too many, quote, goth factions in AEW. I'm going to say something and then I'm going to, like, fantasy book a little bit.
Oh, my God, I love it.
There's only one goth faction in AEW, and that's the Nightmare Collective.
Okay.
The Dark Order is a cult. It's Scientology. It's the Waylon Mercy gimmick from the 80s. It's what the Wyatt family should have been.
All right.
The Butcher Bloody Blade they're metal, man. They're hitmen. They're leather BDSM guys. They're not goth.
Right.
And it's not the same. Like, yeah, they're all dark and twisted, but that's awesome.
But not the same.
And I also think that eventually they will be all the same because Marty Scurll will be coming on January 1st. That's my theory.
Confirmed or unconfirmed?
Unconfirmed. That's my theory. That's my guess. And then I think he's in charge of all of these things. I think he's the head of the Dark Order. I think he's the one that brought the
Villain Enterprises.
Yep.
Just
Villain
everywhere.
Inc. And you know who else I think is going to join him?
Hmm.
The Hangman.
Makes sense.
Yep.
He's not really getting over but they're not really pushing him real
Nope.
hard either. So.
And we'll get to that when we get to that match. But I want to talk about the Butcher and the Blade a little bit more. Fat Teddy Roosevelt is like rapidly climbing my list of favorite wrestlers.
I like the monocle.
The monocle, the mustache, the weird strut he did when he got in the ring. Like,
It's good shit.
yeah, great shit. Huge fan. The Blade is good. He looks a little generic
Okay.
after he takes off the gimp mask.
Yeah.
I wish they had like long pants instead of the trunks. But that's just like a personal thing. I feel like villains should wear long pants.
I mean, Triple H wore trunks for years.
Yeah, but Triple H was the face.
He was the villain.
Like, we all knew he was the villain, but
Ted DiBiase.
Ted DiBiase wore a suit
He wore trunks.
after he got out of his suit.
Yeah, to wrestle.
Yeah, but Ted DiBiase was the same way where he was pretending to be a good guy. Like, we knew he was a bad guy, but he pretended that he was a good guy.
Every bad guy pretends to be a good guy in their own light.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Not Kane.
They all have their own beliefs that they're doing the right thing. And Kane's a whole different bird.
Yeah, he's a demon.
He's
the big red machine.
Big red demon.
Dead red demon machine.
Dead red demon? Is that what you said?
Yep.
Okay, I can go with it. Whatever.
Red dead.
Look, I think we're just going to have to
machine.
agree to disagree.
Okay, we can do that.
Because I myself feel like a villain at times, and I think I'm right.
Huh. I have never once felt like a villain.
Really?
No.
Huh. Not in your long lifespan?
No, I meant no to the really.
Oh. We're bad guys.
Yeah. But sometimes it's good to be the bad guy. Toothpick flip.
Oh, you just threw a toothpick in my face.
I did.
Son of a bitch, I'm in.
Yeah,
Did
Rick
it.
and Morty.
I love Rick and Morty.
I do too.
You should watch this week's episode.
Yeah, this episode is in my top 3 of all time. It was everything I've ever wanted from a Rick and Morty episode.
That's right, folks. We are the bad guys of the podcast network.
Yeah, we're the Joey Gingellos of podcasting. All right, what was next on the card?
Big Smooth and the Squirrel.
I would do that.
Name?
Yep.
What?
I'm sorry.
Whatever.
I got
You were
the
just
flu.
thinking about Bunny. It's okay. I get it. So after the match,
Yeah.
we had Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes.
He's sitting there. He ain't got no friends.
QT Marshall looked pretty good though. I mean,
I did like QT Marshall. He's sitting there, no friends.
no friends. You know who he's got?
Darby Allin.
Darby Allin. Darby Allin comes down. Darby Allin's like, Cody Rhodes, I'll be your friend.
I mean, he didn't say it. He just offered him a hand.
Yeah.
Like showing him, hey, man, you got a friend in me.
Yep, he is the Woody to Cody's Buzz.
That's what I was going to say. Get out of my head.
Yeah, get into my car.
Um,
So Darby
see.
Allin and Cody teaming up.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I didn't write down when the MJF promo hit.
It was a little bit after that.
Okay, so you want to
It was
talk
a good
about
promo though.
You want to talk about the tag match?
That's okay. Like,
So okay, we'll start from the beginning. Kip Saban, whatever. You look like Alex Wright. New age Alex Wright.
you say that like it's a bad thing, dude. Penelope Ford, like, she is just like the hottest girl in 1987.
Okay.
Like,
Okay.
she is the girl that's in the red Camaro in every 80s movie where they're just like, ow, bow, bow, chicka, chicka.
Neural bonk bonk.
She is that girl.
Okay.
She's Kelly Bundy. She's,
Kelly Bundy, huh?
yeah.
All right. I like it. I can dig that.
Which means Ken Shamrock to AEW.
Why?
Because he's Al Bundy.
Oh fuck.
And Marco Stunt plays Bud.
I like it.
Okay.
Who's Peggy though? Yeah, now you gotta think about it.
Evil Uno.
We gotta put a wig on Evil Uno.
Yep. It's a red.
Change his pants to some leopard print.
Yep.
I like it.
I'm in. Okay, so Sean Spears comes out. No Tully Blanchard. I loved the selling that Sean Spears did in his entrance. I don't know if you caught it. So subtle, but freaking awesome. He does his normal chair thing. He turns. Tully's not there. And he's kind of like, and you're thinking, is it a mistake?
Yeah.
What's going on? He comes down, but he keeps kind of looking behind him to see if Tully's there.
I didn't notice it, so
I
it was
loved
perfect
it.
then.
It was great. Even when he gets up on the ring, he does his normal Sean Spears thing, and he keeps staring at the ramp, waiting for Tully to come down.
Okay.
And they're selling this up that Tully's scouting Kip Sabian. You know, he wants to find a partner for Sean Spears because tag team is important in AEW.
And I like that.
I like it too. Then we have Hangman and Page come out. I don't know if you or Hangman and Page, Hangman and Omega. I don't know
Which
if
is
you
awesome.
noticed Omega tries to high five Paige, and Paige wants nothing of it.
So wait, is that the beginning of the thing for you? Like the beginning of the turn for Paige?
Well, if you watch, and you don't need to watch other stuff to catch Dynamite because they've also referenced it. Commentary has. Paige officially quit or took a leave of absence from the Elite. He's no longer a part of that group.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And JR talks about it a little bit on Paige's entrance, saying that he's no longer a part of the Elite. But I liked the subtle, chip on his shoulder. He did look like an angry soccer mom through most of this match.
Okay.
Like his facial expression was just like, I can't believe they didn't put avocado on my toast.
And you can't eat your toast without avocado.
No, not if your name's Karen
Bailey.
Yes, Karen Page.
I don't like avocado on toast.
I've never had it.
I tried it and I was like, this is not for me.
Avocado,
put some egg and cheese on it and some bacon and we're good.
Like I like avocado as an accompaniment to what I'm eating.
Accoutrement, if you will.
Yes. Nice word.
Thank you.
You get
It's
$5.
one of my favorite. I don't know what I'm going to do with this $5.
Whatever you want, big guy. Okay, so match goes on. Match starts.
I'm going to put it in my Xbox fund.
Oh.
Throwback to earlier.
Yeah, that's a downer.
I'm going to cry. Not going to get emotional.
Okay, I'm going to get emotional because this match got me like hook, line, and sinker. I was all about it.
So if you had to recommend one match to watch, it would be this match.
For this week?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. It was a great match. I love the Lita thing that Penelope Ford did. She came out of nowhere, as JR told me 4 times. 4 times. I counted it. I love it. Hurricane Rana, and that thing was gorgeous.
Yes, it was.
It was perfectly done. I don't know it. Do you know much about Penelope Ford other than she's Joey's ex-girlfriend?
Nope.
I don't either. I don't know if she's a wrestler.
I mean, I've heard the name several times.
Every time I've heard about her, though, she's been the valet to Joey Janela.
Yeah.
And now they did split up, and it was amicable. But I do think it's weird that she's dating.
Does she still have his CDs in her truck?
I don't know. We'll have to find out.
I just made that shit up.
Is this like an Airheads reference?
Is
Joey Janela Brendan Fraser?
I mean, it wasn't that reference until you turned it into that reference, and now it's that reference.
All right,
Totally
so from now on, we only refer to Joey Janela as Chaz.
Yeah.
I play D&D too. Sorry, that was just like so weird. I apologize.
I love it.
Great match. Lights go out. Chloe Bencher tied up. Joey Janela looking like Tintin from Naruto. There you go, Jesse, anime reference. I don't know what was up with his hair. He had like the weird Chun-Li bun. Like the double Mickey Mouse ears. Maybe he's trying out for the new Guardians of the Galaxy movie. Because he got them weird chompers. Have I shit on Joey Janela enough?
I wish you'd stop.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I like Joey Janela. He has an amazing elbow.
Yes, that's the only thing I like about Joey Janela, unfortunately.
There are several things I like about Joey
I like
Janela.
his Macho Man glasses.
Yeah, okay. All right, that's it.
Yeah.
He can sell for John pretty well.
He can sell. He is a good seller, but I don't know. He doesn't do it for me, but I understand his appeal.
Yeah, light tubes, tall buildings, back of trucks.
Backflips in chairs.
Yeah. Cracker Barrel.
Cracker Barrel.
I love that match. That was my favorite match.
I did not care for that match.
Hit somebody with a plate of or a pan of biscuits.
They were so dry.
They were some dry ass biscuits.
Yeah, if not, they had Popeyes.
If Alexa would have made them, they would have been fluffy.
Mm-hmm.
Delicious.
Bountiful.
Did you say mountable?
Nope. No, I did not.
That's what it sounded like. What did you say?
Bountiful.
Bountiful.
Yeah.
Blitz's Bountiful Biscuits.
Yep. The B,
Triple
B,
B.
B.
The Butcher, the Blade, and the Bunny would not be happy with that.
Dope. Inner company feud. All right.
Okay. So the Brandy promo happens.
Yep.
Holy shit.
Oh, wait. No. Before Brandy promo, let's talk about the end of the match. Spears chases off Tully Blanchard.
Yep.
Hangman tags himself in to win.
Yep. He needed a win.
Kenny Omega kind of is like, oh, well, whatever. We still won. Then they high five.
Mm-hmm.
But then Hangman tells him to get out of his ring.
So this is going to be the Revolution fight.
I feel like this is the heel turn, the spark of the heel turn. I think when the villain shows up after the first of the year, Hangman will be with him.
Okay. I love it. I'm sold.
Brandy promo.
I'm glad you brought up the Brandy promo, Doug.
I brought it back up.
This was dark.
Yep.
Brandy showed all of her skills.
Mm-hmm.
For one, yes, in wrestling, there's sex appeal. We talk about it a lot. But that's one of the driving forces in advertisement, in movies, in TV shows, and in wrestling especially. Brandy is a beautiful woman.
Yeah.
Wrestling skills are lacking, but her promo skills are on fucking point.
And I think they realize that her wrestling skills are lacking, which is why she's transitioning into the manager role.
No, it's great.
It is.
Because Awesome Kong is fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. Although she's great on a mic too.
Oh, yeah. But they need to just let Brandy do the mic work.
Mm-hmm. We had the weird Nightmare Collective thing. She buried some people. I love, the Leva Bates comment. I loved
that was good.
The Britt Baker and her boyfriend comment.
That was good.
They brought up, and something that I always hate that the WWE does that AEW didn't do was, it doesn't matter from week to week what happens. They're still talking about Chris Statlander and how they want her.
Yep.
I thought it was great. There's apparently this isn't going to be a female-only group because we saw a shaven-headed man.
Kane.
It looks like Glenn Jacobs.
I don't know who it was.
Ric Flair.
No, Ric Flair was never that big.
No. A lot of people think it's Dustin, but we see Dustin in the main event and he's still got hair. This guy had a shaven head. He's obviously a big guy, though.
Yeah. Ryback.
Nah, he's too skinny for Ryback. He's a tall man. Ryback's short and squat like a dwarf.
This guy was also very pale.
Yeah. Pasty pale. It could have been Dustin if we didn't see Dustin's non-shaven head later that
If they
night.
would have not shown Dustin, it would have been great.
Yeah, everyone would have assumed it was Dustin. I've heard some people say that it's Cody Hall.
Okay.
He was the enforcer for the Bucks for a while. Of course, he is Scott Hall's son, professional wrestler. He hasn't been seen in a while. He had a quad tear in early 2019 and hasn't been seen in any dates since, which it takes a long time to rehab from that. Just ask Vince and Kevin Nash.
Triple H.
Well, I thought Triple H's were pecs.
He tore his quads.
He tore his quad too.
That was the original thing that put him out.
Was the quad tear?
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
he finished a match with torn quads.
Oh, yeah. That was in 2002?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he rehabbed and came back, and he was still just big as shit.
Yeah.
I was a super big mark for Triple H back in the day.
I think Triple H is a
Fucking love that
fantastic
guy.
wrestler. I think that he politics too hard. Which, I mean, obviously, it's
You know what? I think
gotten him.
I think it's gonna pay off when Vince dies. I don't want to be so morbid about it. He's never gonna retire.
No, he's not going to retire. You're not wrong.
But once the company is out of Vince's control, I think that's when we're gonna see Triple H do all the right things that we've needed to see. That we need to see done.
I don't know that he's going to do all the right things because he's still very old school.
He's gonna make all the right moves,
He's going to make better moves.
like Tom Cruise.
Was that a Tom Cruise movie?
It was.
Okay.
It had Leah Thompson in it.
Yes, I know.
He was a football player.
yeah.
In Pittsburgh.
Yeah. Why did I think that was Val Kilmer?
I have no clue why you thought that was Val Kilmer.
I don't know. You know who? Val? You know what? You know
Good
what?
80s movie. If anyone ever watches 80s movies on the weekends, watch
I
All
do.
the Right Moves.
a good young Val Kilmer movie, also from the 80s, Real Genius.
Oh my god, I love that movie.
Shoulda does it.
Well, we should do it.
We shoulda does it.
Shoulda does it, and that's what we're gonna doozy.
Okay. All right, back to the thing. After the Brady promo, what was up next? Was that the women's match?
Yeah, Big Swole and
Big Swole, Cedric Alexander's wife,
and
Emi Sakura.
Oh yeah,
Freddie Mercury.
I'm not a fan. Not a fan of that character. Oh, and I do want to say this. Brandy did bring up a point. She brought up Rio. We haven't seen Rio in a while.
No, that's because Rio was still under contract with Stardom, so she's fulfilling the last of her dates there. She's actually in, if anybody wants to check it out, she's in a really cool intergender tag team that's hunting for the titles, and it's a solid story, and you get to see her wrestle a very different style than she does here in the States.
Now, can you find that on YouTube?
You can find it on YouTube. You can also go to Stardom, and then you can sign up, and I believe if you have the Fight app, you can get Stardom as well.
Oh, shit.
I watched it online.
All right, let's talk about the Big Swole match.
Okay, she's green. She's real green, and that's why they got Emmy with her, because Emmy is
She's big though.
Yeah.
Like Big Swole is a great name.
No, it's accurate.
Super athletic.
Don't like her theme song. I would have liked her strut if I didn't watch Fat Teddy Roosevelt do it earlier in the night.
Okay.
Because his was majestic, and hers was just
It's
scary.
the monocle, dude. I'm telling you, the monocle and that mustache.
Yeah.
Together,
and just the beer gut and all the hair, just the whole thing.
Oh shit, the beer gut strut. That's what it's called.
That's yes. I don't know if you noticed. Emmy threw up in the match, and then
I'm not gonna lie, I skipped around this match a little bit.
okay, well, Emmy throws up and then throws Big Swole into it.
That's gross.
I don't think it was. I mean, it wasn't planned. But
I'd have been pissed.
yeah, Big Swole did win right after that.
Well, yeah, she didn't have a choice because she probably was like, "I'm pinning you."
Well, she's very new, very green, but she's got a lot of potential. I see a huge upside for Big Swole.
Interesting name.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. Like, it fits because she is really jacked.
Oh, it's like on WoW, they have what is it? The animal? No, the beast.
The Beast.
Who? God, dude, she is amazing.
Yep.
Like she's ripped. Like if you look up "ripped" in the dictionary, there's a picture of the beast from WoW. Like she is super ripped. She should play She-Hulk because she looks like freaking She-Hulk.
Dude, you are not wrong.
Yeah, and I feel like Big Swole. That's a cool name.
Yep.
But I've seen the Beast, and like that's a whole different level of like she's Big Swole. Like in my opinion,
You're not. I mean, you're absolutely right, 100% right. Now, Big Swole is married to Cedric Alexander, who is currently being heavily buried in the WWE.
yeah, I haven't seen him.
The only times I've seen him in the past 3 months has been to job.
Which is stupid.
Yeah,
but,
'cause
I mean, there's a
So
whole
what do you think
theory
the
there.
chances of us seeing a Cedric Alexander?
They're not going to release him. They know where his wife is.
I mean, there's a lot of... we could do like a whole special on the amount
I
of
want the
couples.
WWE to go bankrupt because they have too many wrestlers under contract that they don't put on TV and make money off
Now
of. Is that going to happen? No.
No, but the Observer has stated that they expect more releases before the end of the year, that the WWE's payroll is far too high for the amount of people being used. And that since they have to answer to Fox now, that there's going to be some roster cuts.
All right.
So maybe.
It's only going to help AEW. Now, one of the things
It's going to help everything, I think.
One of the things that I am kind of afraid of is that AEW will overstaff themselves.
I see. I don't think that that's going to happen. And that's why, like, I don't think you're going to see the Ascension in AEW. I don't think you're going to see Hunico anywhere other than CMLL. That's where he's going for sure. I don't think you're going to see a lot of these guys that get released go to AEW because AEW has a pretty awesome stacked roster. They need one or two more really big guys, which is why I think Luke Harper, or Brody Lee as he is known now,
Yeah.
I think he's going to end up there. Also because he's training partners with Marty Scurll, and Marty Scurll's going to AEW. Like, that's not a... It would be shocking if he went anywhere other than AEW.
I mean, you don't think that the WWE would offer Marty just some ridiculous, stupid amount to keep him
his
away
girlfriend's
from AEW?
there. His girlfriend's there.
Who's his girlfriend?
Dana Perazzo. She's in NXT.
Oh, I don't know who that is.
I don't know that she's been on much of the TV. She was in Impact,
Okay.
which is where they met. But she is not being utilized well.
Okay.
But, I mean, I feel like...
Well, not a lot of wrestlers get utilized well.
I feel like anything that the WWE can offer, the cons cannot match. I mean, that's the thing, is the AEW's got just as big a bankroll.
Well,
and they're not oversaturated yet.
Okay.
And all of his friends are there. Like, they're like...
I'd probably end up there.
Yeah, he had that whole angle about all of his friends being dead.
I just want to cause that, like, idea in your mind.
I mean, I want to see Adam Cole go to AEW.
Baby.
I do.
Oh, because it'd be Adam Cole and Bebe.
Well, no, because, like, if you go watch, like, his PWG stuff when he was teaming with Omega and they were a tag team, oh, dude.
So good.
So good.
Dude, Adam Cole is...
It was before he got really fat.
Adam Cole is not fun. He's not even... No. Get the fuck out of here.
It's good shit.
No. It's
All right.
terrible.
He's dead.
No.
That's what they say on all of the Being Elite videos, is that Adam Cole's dead.
Terrible.
Well, they can't talk about him.
Okay, I get it.
Okay, what is next on our agenda? What was after the...
Luchasaurus.
Yeah, I mean, I like Luchasaurus.
Who do you wrestle?
He wrestled Sammy Guevara's.
And
And he won.
the match.
I mean, yeah.
Well, that's Sammy Guevara for you.
I like Sammy. He's very talented. He's got a lot of good moves. He's got the... What is the current generation? They're not millennials. They're Gen Z or
Yeah.
boomers or whatever. I don't know. I'm old.
Gen Z boomers.
Yeah. Okay. So the Gen Z boomers. He's one of them.
So he's not considered a millennial?
I don't think so. He's like 12.
What about Jungle Boy?
He's prehistoric, man.
Fair enough. Okay. What about Marco?
I don't know. I feel like he's...
Marco might be the generation after.
I feel like Marco is like that, and I'm going to go back to Rick and Morty here. I feel like Marco is like the Tiny Rick version, and then eventually we're going to get like Luchasaurus is going to take his mask off, and it's just like old Marco stunt.
Oh my God. I'm Tiny Luchasaurus.
Well, he went around as Babysaurus for a while.
That's true. No, I only wrote on the paper Luchasaurus versus Hager.
Because that's what you want.
That's what I want, and that's what I gonna get.
Give me what I want.
Damn it. Give me what I want. Dana Brooke. That's what he wanted, and he got it. We gotta talk about that, too.
Yeah. Okay. I want to talk about Jericho on commentary, though, before we...
Fucking great.
I loved it. I loved Hager.
He's gonna beat the tar out of him. Get it, JR? Tar.
I don't
Because that's what killed the dinosaurs.
I don't believe for a second it's a real dinosaur.
It was so good.
Now, you asked me when we were watching this if I thought Jericho was going to stick around after he loses the title.
Yeah.
I would love to see him pull a Kurt Hennig and just join the announce team.
Don't even get me started.
Dude, how awesome would Jericho be every week? He is so good at putting
Only if he
people
was
over.
playing Jericho.
Well, yeah, he's still got to play Jericho, but he's got to be put like he kayfabe gets hurt.
Him and Shivani.
Dude,
I'm not saying get rid of JR, but
get rid of JR.
yeah. Let JR be talent relations.
Let JR do pay-per-views.
Yeah, let JR ruin pay-per-views.
Because then it's an event. Dude, I love drunk JR at pay-per-views. And you could tell as the night goes on, he gets more and more drunk.
Dude, we're an hour and 4 minutes in.
It's because we're good at our jobs.
Yeah. Professionals.
All right, so we'll wrap it up. There was a Young Bucks...
No?
Okay, no, we won't wrap it up.
There was a Young Bucks match.
There was a Young Buck match. Nick had the flu during this match and still put out a hell of a show.
Doug has the flu during this podcast. He's still putting out quality content.
Okay. That was a pause. We
just was elaborating off what you said about Nick.
That's true. I thought it was a great match. I like the way these guys wrestle. I like P&P versus Young Bucks.
Time out. I made a bunch of cookie dough.
Oh, yeah?
Like, I browned butter and made cookie dough. And it sat for like a day.
Yeah?
So it's going to be real good.
So
they say the longer you age your cookie dough, the more pronounced the flavors are.
Welcome to a podcast.
I got cookie dough, buddy.
Crimson Doughboys.
Yeah, we don't have to change anything, I guess.
But, you're not familiar with that podcast?
No.
Doughboys is a food-based podcast where people go around eating food and talking about it.
Talking about eating food?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I'm kind of tired of the Young Bucks matches. I know they're the number one contenders, and they're going to probably take the belts off of SCU so they can push Scorpio Sky to a singles match. But seeing the Young Bucks at Double or Nothing, I was like, these dudes are phenomenal. Seeing the Young Bucks every week, admittedly doing crazy shit, like it makes it not feel as spectacular.
Are you saying they need to tone it down?
I'm saying maybe you don't have them on all the time. Make them an event.
Oh, okay. They want to be wrestlers. Like, they want to be out there every day.
Yeah, but, I mean, Nick had a singles match, 2 weeks ago? And that was awesome.
All right, so what you're saying is no tag team stuff that much.
Or do trios, or do stuff. Like, you can't keep doing crazy shit every week and it have the same impact.
Okay, I get that, and I can understand.
So if you want to have the Young Bucks be just this team that will do anything to win, and it's always going to be crazy and over the top, that's fucking cool. Do that. Don't do it every week.
All right. Yeah, I can see that. But I also like, okay, you know how sporadically we see Omega?
Mm-hmm.
That's perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Because then we're not getting too much Kenny Omega.
We get him once every other week, maybe once every 3 weeks.
And that's what I like.
Yep.
Kenny Omega is amazing.
Yes.
He's not as John Moxley over. And can we get enough John Moxley right now?
No, but that's... The thing about John Moxley is, and we get him every week, but how long is he actually out there for? 10 minutes?
Maybe. The Bucks are out there for like a solid 20.
If not half hour.
Yeah, that's too much.
I
get it.
Moxley goes through the crowd, gets everybody hyped, wins in 2 to 3 minutes, or 27 seconds if it's like this week, and then leaves.
Yeah. Okay. I get it.
And Moxley is the most over guy. Moxley is the star of your show. Moxley's your hero at this point. He's the guy that's going to take Jericho down.
Is he, though? That's the question.
I don't know.
And when is it going to be? Is it going to be at the Bash and the Beach stuff, or are they going to push it out to Revolution?
I think it will be... okay. This is what I want to happen. I want him to win at Bash at the Beach. And I want Revolution to be him versus Darby Allin.
Moxley versus Darby Allin for the title?
Yep. I want Moxley to win.
I don't want to see Darby Allin lose twice.
But Darby Allin's the kind of guy, he's like Mankind. Like, how many times did we watch Mankind lose and still be like, holy shit, Mankind is the best wrestler ever?
Yeah, okay. You know what I wouldn't mind seeing? Moxley versus Hangman.
I'd watch that.
Well, you would.
I'd also watch Moxley Omega.
Yeah, again?
Mm-hmm.
Because then, like, you really feel like Omega's got to win because he's got something to prove. But they can still have Moxley win, but still put Omega over. It's just, and those guys are the ones that are able to do it. It's all about storytelling and wrestling.
Or you could have Moxley lose, and it doesn't mean like I don't think Moxley gaining or losing the title is going to hurt him.
Well, I agree.
All right, we're in agreement.
What we definitely need to focus on right now is there's going to be some WWE Hall of Fame inductions.
Yes, there are.
Batista
Uh-huh.
and the NWO.
Fit Finley inducting Batista.
I love that, by the way. That was a great touch by Dave.
Mm-hmm.
I just never really appreciated Dave as much as I should have. And I feel that way about Mark Henry, too. I wish I would have appreciated
I always
Mark
loved
Henry.
Mark Henry.
No, I loved Mark Henry. I just didn't realize, like, behind the scenes how awesome he was.
Yeah.
And after watching that thing, because that's one of the better things about WWE Network is, like, the Chronicles stuff and the 24 stuff. And seeing it just made me love Mark Henry as a human being.
Yep.
Like, he's just a fantastic person. Probably one of the greatest men that was in professional wrestling as far as, like, a humanitarian and just a genuine good fucking guy.
Yeah. No, you're not wrong.
Yeah. And, you know, Dave, I'm not going to say Dave's on Mark's level, but Dave is definitely a really awesome guy. And to show that much respect to Fit, who doesn't get a lot of respect.
No.
And we didn't realize how awesome Fit was when he was wrestling, like, in WCW days, you know, and just, like, all around, that guy is just, he's just a great, and I don't want to say hand, but that's what they would
he's a good
say.
hand.
Is it derogatory to say that about a wrestler?
I don't think it is in wrestling.
You don't think so? Some people don't like it.
But I think that's people putting other preconceived notions into it.
It's like when JR would say on his podcast, so-and-so was a hell of a hand.
Yeah. He means that in the highest regard.
Okay. I'm just saying.
It's just the carny speak that wrestling evolved from.
Yeah. But Fit, like, he's done so much for the women's division over there, too.
Oh, yeah. He trained the horsewomen. Him and Tinsai.
You know who another guy is that'll end up inducting a bunch of people but never make the Hall of Fame is?
Matt Bloom.
Lance Storm.
Dude, I wanted to talk to you about
Lance Storm being a producer in WWE.
Well,
shut down the Storm Wrestling Academy.
Well, I want to talk to you about who I feel like is the new Lance Storm.
Shoot.
Kurt Hawkins.
Really?
You know who trained Chris Statlander?
Kurt Hawkins. I know he has a wrestling.
You know who trained Darby Allin?
Kurt Hawkins?
Yep.
Well, that's awesome. Now, I will say this, Lance Storm had a bigger run.
Well, Kurt Hawkins' gym just opened 3 years ago.
So you think people are going to start going to see Hawkins instead of Storm?
I think that we're going to... Then, okay, in as much as all of the great guys that we're seeing now, your Ospreys and all those, come from the Lance Storm school, I'm going to say in 5 to 6 years, we'll be talking about Kurt Hawkins the same way we talk about Lance Storm now.
Yeah, but then we'll also be like talking about how awesome all these people are that came from Lance Storm's Wrestling Academy. Like, it's like the presidency, as they say. You know, you don't notice what a president does for like 8 years. That's what they say. I don't know if that's true or not. I'm not into politics. But
this isn't that podcast for that.
No, that's Dadcast.
Dadcast.
Drafty After Dark. Yeah. With wrestling, you don't notice what a trainer has done for like 10 to 15 years.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
I just think that Kurt Hawkins is going to be, like, right now he's kind of a jobber and a joke, but I think his legacy is going to be in all the people that he trains.
Well, and let's think about wrestlers that are trainers that don't, like Al Snow.
Yeah.
That's a big one.
Oh, yeah.
Al Snow, Lance Storm,
Leaf Cassidy.
also known as Al Snow. Like, those two, like, primarily have shaped the wrestling that we watch now.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't get a lot of credit. And that's, taking it back to where we were. Fit Finlay has done so much.
Fit Finlay and
talent.
Matt Bloom, Albert, or Tensai, or he's gone by several names.
He's all right. I'm just a bigger fan.
I just mean
I've heard some things about Matt Bloom, like good and bad.
Who is?
Or no, maybe it's Johnny Ace is the real douche there.
John Laurinaitis.
Yeah,
big doucher.
He has a podcast.
Also, who played Hugh Morris?
Shitty.
Bill DeMott.
I fucking love that name. Hugh Morris.
He's a great wrestler too. He was that
dude. He's the first big guy I ever seen do a moonsault.
I was gonna say he's very acrobatic.
He's amazing, in that aspect.
You know who I want to see do a moonsault? I don't even know if he can.
Shane.
Yeah. That wasn't what I was gonna say, but
me.
No.
What if we both did moonsaults?
Like dueling moonsaults?
Dueling moonsaults.
Dude, I would. All right, guys, check out our
dueling
YouTube
shooting
channel.
Star presses.
No, dude. Remember when Brock botched that one?
I thought he broke his fucking neck.
Ugh.
You know what? That's a watch along. We got to do that one.
Yep, we'll watch that one. I also want to.
We should do a whole month of just Brock Lesnar.
So all of his matches.
All of his title runs.
I want to watch. I want to rewatch the Cena Suplex City one for sure.
Okay.
That's a great match. 17.
Wrap it up and put a bow on it.
17 suplexes. I was gonna say Otis. By the way,
I fucking love Otis.
Could you imagine that dude doing a moonsault?
Can you imagine that guy finally getting what he wants?
I think he already has.
Really?
Yeah.
I think it's a thing.
I think it's a thing.
You think she's into him?
I think she's into him.
I want that to be true. Mandy Rose.
Did you see him and Tucker doing the beer chugging contest?
Dude, I love those guys.
Yeah.
And the WWE's not going to do anything with them.
No.
They're super over. They're getting themselves over. They're not super over, but they're getting themselves over, and the WWE's not going to push them.
And
Otis
punish them.
is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Tucker's good, but Otis kind of overshines because, just his whole style.
Otis is a better
looks.
character. Tucker is a fantastic wrestler, though. He's a great technical dude. He reminds me of Rick Steiner.
Yeah. Otis is a fat Scott Steiner,
dude. If he ever comes out with Otis math,
yep, that's all it is. Yep. Like the pelvic thrust thing. A big guy doing a pelvic thrust. That sells tickets.
Yeah,
just saying.
Man, they are still the YOLO tag champs too.
Oh, they are. Yeah. So I mean, in my opinion. Oh God, they're good. I like them.
They're great. They're fantastic. No argument here.
What else we got?
I think that's pretty much it.
I guess after I trim this down, it'll probably be like an hour and 10.
So we're about 4 hours now.
Yeah,
okay.
Roughly.
So that's our show, I think. And like we said, this is our finale for the year. This is the last show of 2019.
As we said earlier, we have an email. It's draftyq@gmail.com. Send us your emails, your questions, your comments, your concerns, your complaints, your,
quandaries, your queries.
If you got problems, we'll solve it. Check out this book when we tries to sell it.
Yeah, so look for
podcast, baby.
Look for our new book in July of 2020.
Nope.
Look for
it's gonna be all
it's gonna be a pop-up book.
Yeah. As soon as I figure out how to work these darn scissors.
It's just gonna be that Grover book with the monster at the end of this story. Remember that?
No.
You don't remember that? It's like a Sesame Street book, and the whole book is Grover scared because there's a monster at the end of the book, and he doesn't want to get to the end of the book. But it turns out that the monster's Grover, and not all monsters are bad.
Oh my God! No, I want to read this book.
Yeah, that's us. We're the monsters at the end of this podcast.
Yeah.
All right. If you want to find
And not all
us,
podcasts are bad?
this one is.
Wow.
If you want to reach out to us, we are at Crimson Ring Pod. If you want to find me personally, I am at TQP Squirrely D.
I have a Twitter.
You do have a Twitters.
Yeah, it's bigsmooth_DQP.
It is.
And you can follow me.
Please do.
And you're going to follow the podcast.
Obviously, yeah, at Crimson Ring Pod. You can also follow us at Drafty Q for all the network stuff.
I think that's it.
Well, we'd also like you
to
leave a 5-star review.
Yeah. Or 4.
We'd like a 5. We'll take whatever you want to give us.
Yeah, we'll take a 4.
But if you, of course, want to join our championship circle, leave a 5-star review on iTunes or Google Play, and we will read it here on the show.
Yeah.
And we'll probably start those up at the end of at the start of the new year. We want to be able to bank 200 or 300 of them before we start reading them off.
Yeah, it's going to take forever to read those off.
So yeah, make sure you get yours in early and for a better chance at viewership and getting read on the air.
Hey, we had a 5-star review.
Yeah, let me hear it.
It says great listen.
That's it?
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, 5-star review, for your great listening.
Then November 1st or November 11th, we had a 1-star review. It says sounds too Eastern for me.
What does that even mean?
I don't know.
Sounds too Eastern?
Yeah. I don't know. What did we do in November?
Eastern?
That's what it says.
Do we talk about New Japan too much?
I don't know. All right. Well, I think that's the show for this week. Yeah, Patreon and all kinds of stuff you can find us on. You can always email us and just keep that in mind. Until then, we've left phone numbers before, so go back and listen to last week's episode for that one.
Yep, and we will see you in 2020.
That's right. Queso.
This was the Crimson Ring on the DQP Podcast Network. And in the meantime, folks, remember, if you want the crowd to pop, just get some color.
Pour some pumpernickel on me. It's a beer and the bread. Haha.